What is going on in this scene? Let's pause it for a moment here. Let's see, I have my camera here, my video light, I have two monitors hooked up to my Mac Mini, I got an iPad, I got my laptop, which is off to the side that you can't see. Oh, there's a little stream deck down there. Oh yeah, and a refreshing drink, just in case I get thirsty. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick behind the scenes look of a recent church event we had via Zoom. Let's get into it. A little over a week ago, we had a church event called the Gospel Meeting. And normally we would do this in person, but because of the pandemic, of course, we did it via Zoom. And so my job was to take care of the Zoom portion of things, all the technology things, and to host the meeting. So if you've ever been a host, there are a lot of things that you need to take care of. And in an event, there are other special things you have to take care of. So in this event, we had some speakers. We had a group that was singing in another location, and we also had to play some videos of some testimonies. So I had to take care of all these things. So in this video, I'm going to take you a behind the scenes look of all the different things that I did. And if you've ever been a Zoom host, you realize that you need to do different things like spotlighting, unspotlighting people, the way things appear on screen depends on the way you do things. So I'm going to just run you through all these little things, and I'm going to get technical on a lot of different tools that I used as well. First, let me say that you can ignore the camera, the video light, and even the microphone. During this event, I wasn't on camera at all, so I really didn't need the camera on or the video light, and you didn't hear my voice. The only time I was heard or seen was before we started the event, where we had a pre-show type of mic check and some prayer. But I will say I was sending video out, and it was mainly the slides that were prepared. So instead of my camera being the video feed that I sent to Zoom, it was really a computer screen, or I should say the slide from the computer screen. What this allows me to do is do a side-by-side screen of both my screen and the person who is speaking or who are singing. So if I was doing a straight up share screen, that would really take up the entire screen for the users, right? But by spotlighting two screens at once, you can do this side-by-side view like I have here. So the slides are on the left there, and then the singers are on the right side. The other reason I do this is so that there is no lag or no delay on when I share the screen and unshare the screen. If you've ever been in a Zoom presentation or in a classroom where the teacher or the presenter is sharing their screen, you know, there's that couple second wait, and then they say, "Can you see my screen right now?" This way, I'm able to kind of seamlessly switch between a single person view, side-by-side view, or just showing the slides by itself. In a future video, I'm going to give a tutorial on how you can share a computer screen without using the share screen feature in Zoom. That way you can do this kind of side-by-side spotlighting in Zoom. If you take a look at the iPad that's on my desk, you'll see that there's a video queued up there. And so instead of giving some live testimonies from church members, we pre-recorded those and we wanted to share them via Zoom. So I have it queued up there as well. So in a previous video, I did a video on the Atem Mini, and that's the blinking thing that's on my desk right in the middle of the screen. And so I have a number of inputs into there. Of course, my camera is on input 1, but I've never switched to that there. My iPad is on input 2, and then my computer screen, or what's coming out of my computer screen, is going into input 3. So right now I have the video queued up right now. And when it comes to that time after the singing, I'm going to switch to it and make sure it plays. So jumping ahead a little bit, I've just now started playing the video that's coming out of my iPad. Now the iPad is feeding the Atem Mini via an HDMI adapter, and so that is going directly into Zoom. Now the sound is also playing via Zoom because I can see the meters, but in order for me to hear that sound, I need to use a different software called Loopback, which allows me to monitor the sound. In a future video, I'll do a tutorial showing how to use Loopback. So let's talk about what's going on left of where I'm sitting there. My laptop is off the screen, so you can't see that, but it has to do with what my left hand is holding there. That's a Streamdeck. Now, a Streamdeck is a little device that allows you to do little shortcuts. Now, a lot of Twitch streamers and a lot of streamers in general use a Streamdeck to do different things like switch camera angles, do different overlays, and they can just program this little device to pull up these different little scenes. Stay tuned for a video on the Streamdeck and how I use it, but let me talk about what I'm using it for in this event itself. It's used to control the laptop that's next to me. Now, it's going to be used in a very special way. The laptop next to me, which is another MacBook Pro, is running a software called Zoom OSC. Now, I'm not going to get into too much what Zoom OSC does, but basically it allows me to send a single command from my Streamdeck into Zoom OSC to do different tasks. So if you've ever been a host and tried to spotlight and unspotlight people, it could sometimes be a little bit of a hassle. You know, you have to find the person on the screen or in the participant list and hit spotlight, and then you gotta unspotlight people as well. What Zoom OSC allows me to do is use my Streamdeck, send a command from my Streamdeck to Zoom OSC to spotlight people automatically with the push of a button. So jumping ahead to the main message, or when we had the main speakers speaking, they were speaking a lot of scripture. So what we decided to do is when they spoke the scriptures, we would show the verse or scripture on screen side by side with the speaker. So I've already right-clicked and pre-selected the Add Spotlight feature on my own video feed. And so when it comes time to pull up the scripture verse on screen, I'm already ready to go. All I have to do is just click on the mouse and the scripture will show up there. Basically what I'm doing at this point now while the speaker is going is unspotlighting and spotlighting my screen. So depends on whether he's speaking on scripture or not. If he's giving a demonstration, I want to unspotlight my own screen so he's shown bigger. Basically, we want to have the speaker be the main focus to kind of grab the attention of the viewer. The slides and what's on my screen should just be a complement to the message itself. The slides themselves are a Google slide document, and I'm the one controlling it from here. And so that way the speaker himself doesn't have to worry about controlling the slide. Occasionally he'll say, okay, we can move on to the next slide, which is normal presentation etiquette, especially online. I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes look of this virtual event. In a sense, I was the program director of this event, taking care of the spotlighting and unspotlighting of people, taking care of the video that we played of the testimonies, and also taking care of the slideshows as well. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and consider subscribing. Until the next one, see ya.